Good evening. DZRJ 810 AM, the voice of the Philippines, proudly brings you Let's Make It Happen with Dean Hernandez. Solve your dilemmas with the help of honest and entertaining coaching. And now, here is your host, Dean Hernandez.
A Businessman's Prayer. Almighty Father, thank you for the business you have enabled me to begin and sustain. Enlighten my way in leading and inspiring people engaged in the business organizations, industry, and communities that I serve. Allow us the mastery of your will for the role you would want this business to play in your divine plan. Provide us all the resources, human and material, for this enterprise. Sustain us financially for growth and development, and keep us humble with our successes, and innovative and creative in our endeavors. Help us in our crisis, and guide us in every step we take as we run and manage our business. Let our business involvements be models of inspired integrity and allow it to bring good health, wealth, and prosperity among your people. Bless our business partners, clients, and suppliers. Give us the faith and confidence that we can accomplish even what seems to be impossible. Move us to dispense all our actions, to be full of love for you and the rest of mankind. In Jesus' name, amen. Good evening, this is Dean Hernandez. Make it happen on 8:10 a.m. DZRJ, Voice of the Philippines. Every Saturday, I'm your host for this live coaching on the air. This evening, I'd like to welcome Miss Maya Gabunales of Integrity Initiatives, the Shine Project of Makati Business Club. Welcome, Maya.
Hi, good evening, and thank you for having me here, Miss Dean.
Maya is 25 years young. She belongs to Generation Y, a graduate of UST Communication Arts, and she's one of the project officers of a movement called the Integrity Initiative. So Maya, can you let the world know what Integrity Initiatives is all about?
Yeah, Integrity Initiative, it's a private sector-led campaign. It aims to strengthen ethical standards in our society today, and it aspires for a level playing field. This is more likely related to business, and we wanted business to practice integrity, to practice their ethical code of conduct, and of course there should be a certain kind of compliance to the standards of ethics. We wanted companies to enjoy competitive advantage in both government and private sector transactions. Our first endeavor was with Project Shine.
Okay, what does
Yes.
SHINE stand for?
Shine stands for Strengthening High-Level Commitment for Integrity Initiatives and Nurturing Collective Action for Enterprises Advocating for Fair Market Conditions.
Wow, that's a lot. Can you please repeat for the benefit and say it slower, because we have audiences from all over the world. For those of you who have just tuned in, please try to watch us on video streaming and listen to us on the internet. Just go to www.facebook.com/DZRJ810am or www.ustream.tv/channel/DZRJ810am, or you can also follow us on twitter.com/DZRJ810am. Okay, and for those of you who would like to phone in, our technicians are ready to answer your call. Do call us and join the discussion at telephone numbers 897-8374 or 895-4466. Would be very happy to take in your questions. And if we are not able to respond on the air, we just leave us your email or contact numbers or cell phone, and we will text back an answer to your questions. So, Maya, you are not the straight from the heart Maya, okay, that has been raving the whole world of television for Filipinos around the world. Maya, what, in a nutshell, in plain English, street man's language, is Shine all about, and Integrity Initiative all about?
Well, just to sum up that very long description of Shine, Shine simply wanted to level the playing field in business. Shine simply wanted to promote transparency, accountability, honesty, and fairness, especially in business and government transactions. So, most likely it's all about integrity.
Integrity or honesty?
Integrity and honesty. It's very difficult for us to define what integrity exactly is. But we really wanted to create this to create an environment where we can transform the present culture. We wanted to turn the tables, and we wanted that integrity would prevail over corruption.
You know, when I came back in 1998, Makati Business Club and Social Weather Station, Mr. Mahar Mangahas asked me to facilitate 3 forums for Transparency International. One group were foreign companies doing business in the Philippines, and I was asked to facilitate for them to discuss which they perceive to be the most corrupt agencies, no? And then another group was small, medium enterprises. But in the middle was Makati Business Club. So I had the pleasure and honor to facilitate that. This was way back in 1998, okay? So we are now 2013. And can you tell our audience here in 810 AM DZRJ, how long has this integrity initiative been in the country, and how did it come to being?
Integrity Initiative, it's already in its 3rd year. But before that, Makati Business Club, along with other partners, civil society organizations, the academe, and all other non-government organizations in the country, has been doing anti-corruption work. That's actually based on the SWES surveys, based on the student investigative reports from UP NCPAG and all other student volunteers. So we had done a lot of research about corruption.
Could you say that maybe the 2 years that you have done this work quietly, it could have been one of the reasons why we have this recent expose of events?
Well, that's true. However, I would like to stress out that it's not just 2 years that's been going on. That's what we are doing. We are having all these efforts, but it's actually been 10 or more years. MBC started it with Coalition Against Corruption. So we partnered with different schools. We have Ateneo School of Government, Management Association of the Philippines, AIM. We have all of those other organizations who's helping us out. But that is more of an external related anti-corruption work, not really focused on business.
I see.
Yes.
Okay.
So we actually had received grants from Partnership for Transparency Fund, from ADB, from World Bank, doing all of this
before
anti-corruption.
this current grant.
Yes.
Can you tell the world, our Voice of the Philippines listeners, who is funding the Shine or the Integrity Initiative today in the Philippines?
Siemens is funding it. It's a European-based company.
Is that the reason why the European Chamber of Commerce is one of your major partners in this endeavor?
Yes, exactly. But ECCP is also very, very passionate in helping us.
Yes, Mr. Schumacher, if you're listening, we're here to support you. Yeah.
All right.
So, tell us more about what has happened the past 2 years.
Well, I'll start with the first year. The first year was more of very challenging. It was more of a rough road. Because
growing pains as always.
Yes. But we are very fortunate to have a president whose very whose initial platform is really to clean up the government,
to straighten out
and we
bureaucracy.
We grabbed that opportunity.
It's so aligned.
Yes, it's
to your
very aligned
vision
to our
and mission.
goal, to our vision. And so we have the government on board with us, and it's very good working with them. It's actually they're opening up their agencies. They're very willing
for transparency.
And more than that, the business community is very, very cooperative. They really are very passionate about making a culture change.
Yes. And with your youth, Maya, don't you notice that the recent elections, our #1 senator is a totally different political personality from the what we call traditional politicians, and they're getting younger and younger. You know, they're no longer over 60. We're talking of people who are Generation X, who are between 30 and 50, right?
Yes.
So that's very interesting. So what happened in the second year?
Well, the second year we were able to gather a lot of signatories. We have this.
How many are as of around this time?
We are close to 2,000
already.
But we really wanted the
How many do you want?
Well, if we could get around more than 10,000 or more, then that would be great.
We're talking of companies, business corporations.
Yes,
now, these are private, government-owned, and maybe associations and chambers.
Yes.
Okay, so we're not limited to just business entities. We're talking of associations, institutions, like Red Cross, where you're a member of. Okay.
We also are targeting more government agencies. Right now, we have 32 government agencies signed the Integrity Pledge. But we also are cascading this program to our provinces because, well,
we have 92. We have 92, although we have 7,107 islands, depending of its high tide or low tide, according to one beauty queen. We have 1,500 cities and municipalities, but we have 46,000 barangays.
Yes.
So we have to reach all of those.
And because it's very critical to get this collective action. We wanted a critical mass to get together. I mean, it's not gonna be possible if it's only a few organizations.
And few organizations where the CEOs or chairman of the board have signed, but there has to be collective action happening in each and every agency and institution. Right?
Yes, and it's very important to include those in the provinces, especially the small and medium enterprises, the SMEs. They comprise almost 90% of the whole. Of the whole
GDP,
diba? More than those multinational companies. So we really have to involve them, and they are. According to our research and from our focus group discussions with the provinces, they're actually more exposed to corruption.
Oh yes, because they're so out there, and they're so vulnerable because the resources are not quite there. In fact, like what's happening now, they said that when there is a calamity like a flood or a typhoon, the aid from the Disaster Control Committee gets there right away. But when we're having domestic civil war, like the one that's going on right now in Zamboanga, it seems the aid is not getting as fast, no? Maya, from someone who has just graduated in what year?
Well, I graduated 2008.
Okay,
sometime 2008.
so you've been as a professional, you've been there for about 5 years
Yes.
now. How do you see, since I would still consider you as someone who just got out of academe, and you have had some years of experience, how do you see this integrity initiative prospering in our country going forward?
Well, going forward, of course, with the help of the Generation Y, with the help of I mean the younger generation like me, it really will go a long way. I mean, for this program, it's only a 4-year program. It's a grant from Siemens. You wanted to have sustainability. We wanted it to last. So what we are aiming for right now is institutionalization. We wanted to have integrity initiative get institutionalized in the country, so that how many years will pass, like 15, 20 years, Integrity Initiative is still there. Integrity Initiative is still doing its compliance work for the companies. It's still bringing people together, different organizations, may it be business or government. It's still there to maintain that and to continuously work for changing the culture. Because we really know that corruption, it won't disappear in just
What
one flick
number
of a
are
finger.
we in Transparency International as the most, endangered country when it comes to integrity?
Well, we're actually included in still in the 10 list.
Top 10.
Yes, we're still
least country with the least integrity.
Yes, yes. So we
okay. I'm
really
trying to
have to
put it
work
as
hard on it.
positively because I don't want to keep on saying the C word,
Yeah, but
every time we say it, we will court more of it. That's why let's talk integrity.
yes,
Yeah.
but what's good is that based on those studies, the Philippines is one of the countries who has a very good integrity and anti-corruption programs.
Plan.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have
so
this
after
anti-corruption plan.
the station break, we will talk about,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, about the action steps.
Yes.
Okay, the plan seems good.
Yes.
It stands. In fact, for those of you who would like, can you internet search the word integrity initiative? There is a global report 2012 by Siemens, and if you look at that document, you will find the Makati Business Club report, but it is alongside with all the other initiatives going on globally, right? From the US, Nigeria. I saw some of them are quite comprehensive. Maya, I would like to think that after 2 years of preparing the country, having the sign-offs, and we're now somewhere in the 2,000, and we want to hit 10, maybe even 50,000 signatories. What can the young people do? Have they been made aware, or have they been consulted as to how we can do this faster when it comes to already operationalizing the plan or cascading it fastest to as many of the 100 million Filipinos, 10 million overseas, and the 90 that are here in the 92 provinces?
Well, I would really stress out the use of technology, the use of social media in helping us out through this campaign. And we all know that the younger generation are they're more active online, and that's what I call it's like of a cyber activism that whenever we post integrity poster or anything, it gets worldwide attention. It gets worldwide trending. So you create noise, you create a buzz about it, you create pressure. So that makes our program more known, more people will get to know what Integrity Initiative is. So that's how the younger generation can help us out.
Yeah, because one of the issues right now, Maya, is the tuition fee being raised, no, and budgets being reduced for state colleges and scholarships. My father, he was our education secretary between 1953 and 57, and at 44, unfortunately, he was one of the fatalities of that plane crash with President Ramon Magsaysay, no? And for me, education should be for everyone.
That's true.
And because part of the Integrity Initiative is really educating the people from all ages and all walks of life. So can you share with our Voice of the Philippines listeners, you know, what can they do to help educate 100 million Filipinos and probably all the other citizens of the world to make us a role model for integrity the way we were for EDSA People Power, you know?
Yes. Wow, that's a big number, a huge number.
It is a huge
Filipinos.
number. There are 7 billion people we can affect
Yes.
by our 100 million,
Yes.
you know?
Yes.
So, in your team called Shine, where are you headed? How can you involve more of us in your goals and strategies and implementation and action plans?
Well, I'd like to stress out with the involvement of the education sector. I mean, the academe. The Integrity Initiative team is now working towards engaging with the schools and universities, trying to inculcate the values. I mean, more than that, it's ethical values, especially in college.
Yes.
We need to have a solid foundation in ethics classes. So we're doing a lot of talks, a lot of meetings actually with
Yeah, because ethics, I remember ethics, or was it logic? Ethics normally is included in the curriculum if you want to be a lawyer.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, more other than lawyers, professionals. We have for those accountants, doctors.
Yes, okay,
yes.
for the professionals.
Yes.
But then for those taking up business or tourism or the medical profession, maybe if they have an ethics class, is probably only a few hours,
Yes,
no?
yes.
And the Integrity Initiative, really, I had a niece who used to work for one of the bigger advertising agencies, and she went through this experience that was done into a soft drink and cola commercial where Dieter Ocampo, the lady date was, I think she swallowed something big, and the Ancola drink was supposed to clear her throat. And there is one or two words there in that commercial that I think is very applicable to your which is magpakatotoo ka. Because it's not castigating, it's not being angry, it's not blaming anybody, it's just asking people, let us be true to ourselves. Let us be true to our country, the Philippines. Let us be true to our companies, our parents, our friends, and for people like you, against people like me who is, you said you're 25, I'm 62, you're about to be 26. We have to help each other guarantee a wonderful future for the next generations to come, no? And so we're going to our halftime now. I'd like to ask our technician Nell to give us our station break. But before I do that, I'd like to remind you to call in 897-8374 or 895-4460 or go to facebook.com/DZRJ810am or use Stream TV /channel/DZRJ810am for our halftime. I'm DEANNE Hernandez with Maya Gabunales of the Integrity Initiatives, and we'll be back after this station break. Thank you.